Hello, and welcome to another Angry unit of the week. And today we're taking a look at the Humber MK.3. So the roots of the Humber can actually be traced back to the Guy armoured car, which would enter into service in the late 30s and would see battle during the Battle of France. But the problem was the Guy company couldn't produce enough Guy armoured cars, and so production would end up being taken over by the Rooch company, who essentially just took the Guy armoured car and just produced it themselves. It was very similar, the first models of the Guy compared to the first models of the Humber. And the reason it was called the Humber is that the Rouge company owned another company called the Humber company, which made vehicles and bicycles. The armament for the Humber was a 15mm machine gun, which was definitely a little bit odd for the time in terms of caliber, but it was actually based off a Czech heavy machine gun design. And the other machine gun, the 7.92mm, was also based off a Czech machine gun design. The British-like Czech machine gun design, as you can tell. It would enter service into 1941, and they'd pretty much see battle all over the globe, from Burma, North Africa, and European theatres. These would also see service after the war during the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, and also in India by the Portuguese during the Portuguese-Indian War. In-game, the Humber MK.3 is a 25-point recon vehicle, available to the 3rd Canadian and the 15th Scottish Divisions. It has 2 weapons. The weapon loadout is a little bit deceiving, as the stats for the 15mm gun has AP shells and then bullets. I can tell you that in-game, it actually has 500 AP HE shells, so it can shoot infantry and armoured target with the same sort of ammunition. The reason for the bullets, just like with anti-aircraft guns, it's an engine limitation to make it so the regular gun can shoot 2 things with 1 type of ammunition. Anyway, with the AP, you can penetrate 35mm of armor, and you have a pretty good fire rate of 214 rounds a minute, and decent accuracy for a cannon of this type. And then you have a machine gun. Up down to the miscellaneous stat, has 20mm of front armor, strong top armor, 10mm on the side, and 10mm at back. It goes 40km off-road, 80km on the road, has medium stealth, and very high optics. So in battle, the Humber MK.3 is a pretty simple and rather nice vehicle, as this is essentially an allied version of a German autocannon car half-track insert thing here. And for being an allied, especially a Commonwealth version of this, you don't really see autocannon style units a lot with rest and front style divisions, allied ones that is. It does pretty good. The 15mm cannon has a little less penetration compared to your German counterpart, but you make up for it with double the fire rate, and that fire rate is absolutely deadly, as you just suppress tanks and infantry very quickly. And in close range fights, if you're running through a forest, you can pin down an enemy Panzer Grenadier squad pretty fast. In regards to dealing with enemy vehicles, light vehicles are not going to have a very good time being shot up by a bunch of 15mm shells, bullets, whatever you want to call them. Medium armor and up is going to be a little bit more resilient, but just like with a lot of autocannon vehicles in this game, you don't have to penetrate to do damage. You can just shoot them a bunch and do a bunch of critical hits, which is what the Humber is pretty good at. And with its high reconnaissance optics, you can be very aggressive with this. You don't really have to wait for other recon to come, because hey, you are the recon unit. In terms of its availability, you get 6 of them in A phase, 12 of them in B phase, and 18 of them in C phase. 1 card for the Scotch, and 2 cards for the Canadians. And each unit definitely shines within the Canadian deck, as right now, especially with how the Canadians are being played as an A-phase rush division, it's a great A-phase rush unit, as it's fast, it's mobile, it has recon optics, and that cannon is great for vanguard operations with vanguard income, of course, and pushing around enemy flanks and just being a huge nuisance. Overall, this is a very nice vehicle. It's great for aggressive early play, and it gives you a little bit of flavour of using all the German autocannon units, but in a Western-style division. If you're playing 3rd Canadian, highly recommend you take both cards of these on A-phase and just have a lot of fun. And well, I'm going to leave it off at that. This has been another Rang Rouge unit of the week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as usual, please just take it easy.